Having spoken about the last 25 years, now let me share with you the next 25 years, how to invest for the next 25 years. मैं बम्बई से हूँ, यहाँ नागपुर में शायद इतनी तकलीफ नहीं होती है, but Bombay, what is the status in Bombay? Which school do you get your kid to, ma'am? That's very important. Which admission your school? So in Nagpur, I know you just go to Preeti ji and request her. She gives you admission. Which club you're a member of? And do you have a parking spot? Parking spot की बहुत मारामारी होती है society में, right? So in my building, for example, where I stay in South Bombay, parking spot might go from anywhere from 50 lakhs for an open spot like this to 75 lakhs for a garage. So it's more than the cost of the car. So, whatever, you figure that out. So the question I have to you is, what do you think this parking spot will be worth in 25 years? I think Madhuji gave you a clue. Yeah, he's saying zero because he's my mama, so he knows what I think. I think so it's going to be worth zero. Now, this is a pretty radical thing for me to say. But let's see, let's make the case for it, okay? The point being that technology is changing the way as we think. And it's very important for investors to keep adapting to technology as it's changing. Take a look. This is New York City, 5th Avenue, 1900, at the turn of the century. If you look closely at this picture, it's not a very high resolution picture because we didn't have high resolution cameras. Sab ghoda gadi hai. There's no cars, there are only ghoda gadis out there, okay? 1900, only ghoda gadi. What happens 13 years later? All cars. Same street, same city, no ghoda gadis, only cars. In 13 years, the ghoda gadis gave way to the internal combustion engine, all right? So all those people who say that the electric car won't happen, it's too fanciful, should look at this picture and think, in 13 years, we moved completely from horse to a horseless carriage. Let's take another market. Does anyone know, any young person know, which was the most dominant name in photography in 2000? It's Kodak. It was the most company. There's another company called Polaroid, which made instant cameras. They're the most dominant company today. What's the price of Kodak today? What's the stock price of Kodak? Does anyone know? It's bankrupt. Zero. It's gone bankrupt. Kodak, the most dominant company in the world in photography, 15 years back, is bankrupt today. Polaroid, bankruptcy. All right? The two most prominent companies. Now let me ask you, why did they go bankrupt? Do we don't click photographs? I see people here clicking photographs all the time. We click more photographs per capita today than we did in 2000. But why? They didn't keep up with the times. Right? They didn't understand that people want to click photographs on a mobile phone and not necessarily print it out. At the heart, Kodak and Polaroid were chemistry companies. They believed in the magic of processing photographs and getting it done in an album and keeping it there. They didn't believe in the social media revolution that took place. Believe me, Kodak and Polaroid had patents done on photographs to be kept on phone and a hard disk, but they didn't believe in that because it was run by companies, chemists, who thought themselves in small photography market, not necessarily in the social expressions market. And because of that, they went bankrupt. So we've seen two industries before our eye. All right, horse carriage and photography go bust. So here's something that an OPEC minister said, and this is funny when I'm saying this now because the biggest worry in the Indian market is the price of oil. And I am among the people who say that if oil were to drop $10 an ounce a barrel, the index will be back to 11,700, right? But he said the Stone Age didn't end because they ran out of stones. Think about it, very profound words. The Stone Age didn't end because they ran out of stone. Technology progressed beyond stones, all right? So the oil age, as a corollary, will not end because there's no longer oil. So even though oil is now troubling the Modi government, troubling your wallet, troubling the country, troubling the rupee, you can sense that the end of oil is near us. Why is the end of oil coming here? Because it will be undone by smartphone apps, long life batteries, simple gearing. Internal combustion engine, which used to power all the oil, will now give way to the integrated circuit. And what's at stake here is $10 trillion worth of economic output. That's what the global auto industry is worth, $10 trillion. And with it, the future of so many sectors, auto ancillary, infrastructure, auto ancillary, is at stake. Let me explain to you what I mean, then I explain to you. Once you go to electric vehicles, you don't need oil to run them. They'll be running on battery power, right? So what is the cost differential between a current auto and electric vehicle? If you just go through the numbers, they're pretty staggering. You replace the ignition in your car, $400. Cost zero in it because you don't have ignition in electric vehicle car. How many parts do you have in a current auto? 20,000. How many in electric train? 20. What is the cost of a driver in India? $400. You know, 25,000 rupiya lagta hai, in Bombay at least. A driverless car? Zero. Car drives itself, right? Cost of parking, I put 25 lakhs very charitably. It's more like 50 to 75. Zero. What's going to happen when you have an electric car? Suppose all of you come here for this seminar. You'll all take out your smartphone apps, punch in a few numbers out there. A car will come pick you up, take you wherever you want, and go pick up the next person. You won't actually own a car. So if you don't own a car, why would you want a parking spot? Just useless. Think about it. We use a car maybe 10-15% of the time. Most of the time, you go to the office, go to the grocery store, it's parked there, right? You don't use the car. Once electric cars comes in, there'll be no accidents. People will just order it like a fleet. Button dabaya, gaadi aage, chhod do, bahar jao. It won't matter. It's not that we generate our own electricity. You know, we just use the electricity of the grid. So we use fleet cars. So if you want to ride a car, if you like the experience of riding a car, just like you want to ride a horse, you go to the horse track and run a horse there. You don't go out on the street and ride a horse. The same way will happen with electric car. If you want to drive a car, you want to feel like a young man again driving a car, go to a racetrack, drive a car. You want to drive it on the road. It will be driverless, it will be electric, and it will be cheap. Right? So everyone will live wherever they want, commute wherever they want. There will be very few accidents because they're all software driven. So they will tell, keep 6 inches distance between the car. Don't have accidents. So if accidents dumb it down, no auto insurance is there. If all cars follow one another, you don't need 6-lane highways. You could have 2-lane highways and do it. The profound investment implications. I found this study that in the 90 years of the US stock market, 25,000 companies were traded. All right? And in that period, the Dow has gone from 166 to 25,000. And yet only 4% of the 1,000 companies have accounted for all that gain. So in a market as mature as the US, only 4%. So people who say stock market picking is not important, kuch bhi le lo, bhad jayega. It happens sometimes, but over long periods of time, it's very important to pick the right stocks. So the question for you here is, during this period, from 1926 to 2050, which was the best performing stock in America? And how much did it go up? Yeah, sir. General Electric. Okay. Few more guesses. Amazon. Amazon wasn't listed in 1926. If it was, it probably would be, but. Apple. Yeah, there are a lot of Apple fans. Huh? Again, it's not listed that long. It's been a great stock, but not as a. Microsoft. Again, not listed. 1985 got listed. Huh? Coca-Cola? Berkshire. Who said Berkshire? Good. Getting closer, but not quite there. Ford, ExxonMobil, these are all good guesses. I mean, you all are coming very close. But the best stock has been Philip Morris, cigarette maker. The two best stocks in the world, in any market I have found, are, no, Google got listed only in 2000 sometime. The two best stocks in the world, almost any market, okay, are the sin stocks, liquor and tobacco. All right. What is the best stock in Japan? Japan American Tobacco. What is the best stock in Britain? Diageo and BAT. What is the best stock in India over the last 30 years? ITC, right? So, for whatever reason, these are habit-forming events. So, these stocks have done the best. How much was Philip Morris up in the 90 years? How many times was it up? Madhuji bata rahe the, koi stock 100 guna bada, 200 guna bada, 400 guna bhi bada. How much was Philip Morris up? 2,000 times also. There you go. 200. How much was Philip? This is in dollar terms, by the way. It's not in rupee terms. In dollar terms, how much was Philip Morris up? 2 million times. 2 million times. This including dividends. All right. But the point is that, and cigarette consumption has fallen in America. Okay. People don't want to smoke cigarettes. Okay. But the characteristics of a powerful business are such that even in a shrinking market, they keep raising their prices. Tax बढ़ता है और prices बढ़ा देते हैं. You know, governments can't ban them because they get too much revenue from it. So these inelastic demand, smokers will want to smoke. I'm sure Bharat 10 log khade hain abhi still smoking. So, you know, it has created huge amount of value for investors. All right? I'm not in the business of telling you what stocks to buy. I mean, I'm okay to buy liquor stocks, tobacco stocks. Some people don't like to buy them. I respect them. But the hard fact is, Philip Morris has been the best stock in India. And of course, Berkshire Hathaway, when I went as a student to America in 1977, I checked that later on, the stock was worth $75 a share. Today it's something like $300,000. So I wish I had gone to the beach and bought some shares of Berkshire, but I wasn't that smart. So here's a roll of the top 20 stocks over the 90 years. I put Altria, that's the name of Philip Morris now. It has changed its name to Altria, so that's Altria. But these are some of the names you all mentioned, you knew it. General Motors, ExxonMobil, Apple, Merck, Walmart. These are some of the great stocks that have been present over the last 90 years in the financial markets. Your job, ladies and gentlemen, is to find these stocks. Okay? If you find them, they'll double for you every 3 years. You're rich. This is some of the things I put down as a potential. This is my list. Again, as Madhu Babu said, there's no guarantee anything about this. This is our own thought process. We do that. Some potential losers are very simple to say. Auto industry, if you go to electric vehicles, auto industry is not going to do well. And again, I say over the next 25 years. I'm not saying over the next 2 years. Maruti was 10,000 rupees right now. So I'm saying over the next 25 years. Right? Auto ancillary, auto insurance. If you won't need oil, you probably won't need refining that much. They probably won't do well. Textiles, it's become a very commodity business, which robots using it. Heavy labor industry, because artificial intelligence is going to take over the component of labor. So there'll be dramatic changes in those industries. Some of the things that will do well. Liquor and tobacco, as I mentioned to you. These are some of the last 90 years been the greatest stocks. Human habits don't change. People will always have some vice in life. That's why these stocks will do well. Gaming, again, people like to gamble for whatever reason. Gaming stocks will do well. I say quick service restaurants because I think this is a young country. People still cook at home. People will start going out to eat. Women will be working outside the house. Airlines, very controversial one. It hasn't done well for me. Oil prices have killed them. But ultimately, you'll have electric vehicle cars. But you still need to go to Bombay for a wedding, Pune for a convention, Jaipur for a holiday. And the only way to do it is to fly there, right? So I think airlines will probably do well over time. Update for 2018, I want to leave you with some sort of semblance of what I think is that this seems more like a vicious correction than a bull market top. I think that's the question everyone, I think I disagree with my audience today. Everyone in the audience thinks is that we made a top, Madhu Babu. You know, I think it's a correction. I hope I'm right and you're wrong. I hope the market goes back. I think if oil drops $10, $20, we'll probably be back to 11,700. The key variable for the market is corporate governance. Companies with bad corporate governance, what do I mean? Poor results, auditors changing, unnecessary losses, markets slamming those stocks down. So good corporate governance is a key determinant now on what to buy in the market. Leadership still rests with consumer and consumption-oriented stocks. I believe that despite the market now falling and new highs virtually zero, I think over the next 3 months, individual stocks will start making new highs again. Will go back. I think the index may not do it for 6 months, 9 months, but I think individual stocks will start making new highs. So that is a sign that the bull market is intact. If individual stocks can't make new high, then clearly we're entering a bearish market. The festival season is off to a great start. So this Diwali, from what I understand, whether it's Titan or whether it's two-wheelers or whether it's textiles, they're all doing well. So that's a good sign. Consumption, purchasing power is good. And market fears are what you know, tariff wars, Fed hike, FI selling, Dow selling, whatever. These are all, markets will always climb a wall of worry. There will never be a